Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today Wing Chun kicks and we're going to use a cane. Why are we doing this, Chris?
Well, as you know, altercations are here, they're close in, and they do this stand up close in grappling where you fight for position and we want to be out of that position.
Stay tuned. Right, so we're going to look at some little situations. We're going to do a scenario. Now, I trust the Chris.
Haha, not for you.
So Chris is going to be my stability. So he's basically going to be my canes for the day. If I go down, I'll leave it in the video. So in an altercation, there's usually pushing and shoving and stuff like this. And then normally you get into this sort of situation where you're trying to tie each other up. So if I know that I'm trying to tie Chris up and manoeuvre him, there's got to be a reason why. So the first one could be Chris is moving his body position to do a kick. So he took a step back and he's going to launch. Now if his feet were like mine and he decides to do a kingeri kick, which is just a kick off the front foot, you see he's had to move his body weight. Because I'm touching him, because I can feel what he's doing, I know that he's shifted his body weight, I know that something's coming. If he was to do a big lunge kick, or a roundhouse, or even a side kick if you could, there's a lot of movement here. So the idea of the Wing Chun is really, really small, but devastating kicks from this sort of position.
So we would sometimes call this shadowless kicks. So there is a way to practice this, but somebody said put teacups on your shoulders.
Oh, that's going to work well.
That's going to work well, isn't it? But so the idea is, if he feels my shoulders moving,
yeah,
he knows I'm going to kick. So if I do it, he knows. But the idea is if I...
Yeah, nothing from above the shoulder.
So this would be an up kick. It's just straight up. I would like, as we're moving, if I want to do a toe punt, so if I did it normally and adjusted,
yeah.
So it's just up without moving my shoulders, and then kicking the knee, stamping down on the knee, scraping down the shin, or kicking him in the groin.
Which is harder than you think, to be honest.
Yeah, most people say, oh, my favourite statement from somebody was, boxers just kick him in the groin. Never works. Don't do it.
We have a natural reflex that the legs sort of, we hollow out, the legs go together, or the hands go down. It's a natural reaction.
Yeah, it may be. I'm thinking, do you know what? I'm going to put him in this devastating headlock. So I can either go ha ha, or go there's a wall here. But this is what that might happen, driving into the wall.
And this is why we're going to do these kicks for you. We're going to have a look at each kick. I'm going to get your canes, Chris. We're going to look at each kick one at a time, and then we'll see if there's an equivalent for the cane. Cheat answer, not for every kick.
But I always say keep it simple, otherwise you might get something called logorrhea.
Yep, if you don't know what that is...
There's a logger over there.
It's basically, you've got so many techniques to choose from. It's like walking into a candy shop and every favourite chocolate you've ever had in your lifetime is there, but you can have one piece of one thing. And you're like...
Yeah, that's not going to happen with me.
No, exactly.
So sometimes this is why we say find techniques which work for you, keep them simple. The rest are just tools in the box for you. I always like to keep a simple tool in my box. Adjustable spanner, very
excellent. Right, I thought you meant me again. So let's look at the first kick.
I have got a 6-inch rule already.
Yes. So you said all ladies. Right, so the first kick Chris is going to show you is very simple.
We call it an up kick. Now with Okinawan karate, Wing Chun, we're just not being general here, but...
They're in every system. Every system's linked in some way. Look at every martial art, enjoy them.
So, when we say front kick, it means a kick to the front. So it could be just literally lifting.
Yep.
Now in craft, when we do this, we actually lean back and lift our hips up.
Yeah.
People say, why are you doing that? Well, he may be throwing a punch, so it's an evasion.
So if I, just for argument's sake, I'm going to throw a punch as you do it.
So I'm still checking that to make sure it's out of the way, but if I miss...
What does it say? I cannot...
Yeah, my leg,
I've got the reach.
for once, something's bigger than his arm. But that would
It had to at some point in this channel.
So that would be the first one. But it could be just coming up and just stamping down. This is a kick we used to teach the military wives that we used to have. When you're getting that foot on, you're pushing it on the shin and you're running your weight down the shin with your foot.
So let's look at this for canes. I've got the up, and Chris is not going to know this is coming because he's concentrating. Do the grapple position, please, mate.
So whatever it is I'm trying to do, grab, I may be even trying to grab.
He doesn't even know it's been lifted yet.
Yeah, I mean, I may say, oh, he's moved. If I grab his arm to stop that motion,
I'm using a wrist motion.
Even if I do the wrist,
I've still got you.
Exactly. And if I was stupid enough to grab his cane to stop it, clink.
Please see all our videos before on cane grabs. So, for the front kick, I have a really nice alternative, and it is lovely because it's very quick. If Chris grabs his cane a second.
One Mississippi.
One Mississippi. No, you need it, mate.
Oh, you said 1 second.
I'm going to use this cane as my leg. Now, we've shown you this before. If you haven't got the power in your wrist and your arm to bring it up, we do a thing called assisted strikes, which we've got a video on down in our playlist somewhere, amongst all the other 300 videos that we've got.
I think Master Ziggy showed us this one. So you can either kick your cane or use your knee and with the wrist. Now, it doesn't matter because I got his hand anyway.
No, you didn't. You missed me.
There's a positive to that, you know.
Got my finger.
I missed your knee.
You missed me knee? Actually, I'll take that.
So when you're here, just pushing, even less movement than a kick.
So yes, for the first one, we can use the cane for that. So let's look at another one now. And this involves a little bit of movement with Chris. So it's called the side stomp.
Well, we call it Kakato Fumikobi.
Which one? I think it was...
It would be a low side kick. It's lifting the knee up. Now all this comes off the hip. So you're turning your hip and turning your foot round and you're driving it into the knee area. It can be on the shin and running down. You can do it, you've probably seen this at a cross kick or a oblique kick. Rather than going that way, you bring it in that way. And I've used these several times to stop myself from being kicked. So it works as a deterrent as well.
Now on the stomp kick for Kev, I'm very loathed to bring the cane in, anchor it on someone and drag down.
Because that's going to happen.
The reason being is my weight is now on this cane rather than this cane, and if he moves, I'm now in a very compromising position. Ow!
You'll suffer from that later.
I will. So for me, I love the idea of them, and yes, if you're able-bodied and you've got a cane, you can do the crook strike down, you can do the smash into the side with the side drags, and I know my wife loves these drag strikes because not only you're hitting, you're putting your body weight in.
Look into my eyes.
And you're taking... Go on, you've had an idea, haven't you? It's always the same with this one. But you're taking skin off them. No matter what shoes you've got on, and look, God forbid they've got high heels. Because I've seen, in an accident emergency room, I've seen the result of an accidental spearing with high heels on a shin, and it's not pretty. What's the idea, big guy?
Combine the two. We're going to do this slowly. Just stick your leg forward a little bit for me.
You want me with bad legs to stick my leg forward?
Just a little bit. How about assisted stomp kick?
You go on.
So you lift the cane up.
Yeah.
You put your foot on the cane. You then push down on the cane with your foot till the cane thus strikes the tibia area.
Yes.
Then you drag it down to there.
Yeah, I can see that working. And also, if you have band holders, and I'm just going to go a little bit closer to the screen so it'll pick it up, hopefully, and it's not all blurred like I see normally without my glasses. Yes, I'm actually working blind, guys. That's going to really hurt. Able-bodied that carries a cane. Yeah, for me,
you're boned.
Yeah, because no, it's not going to work for me.
So there you go. I've just invented a technique.
Clever you.
Copyright Chris.
Okay guys, we're going to get into a bit of a dangerous situation here. We need to do a little bit of explanation before we do this. Now, you can see Chris's leg. If this is the foot, tibia and fibula, and that's the thigh bone.
Knee bone?
Knee bone's about here. Inside your body are ligaments, bones, tendons, muscles. There are other bits and pieces.
Sorry, you said muscles, not
This is what we're looking at. I'm going to so hit him today. But the idea on this is that if you trap a foot, now it's called a trap, it's called a stomp, it's called a occlusion, it's called an occlusion block. There's loads of different things. If you stop the foot or the body reacting to pain, because that's what it does. He gets pain, he starts to move. Yeah. If I start pushing here, you can see him moving in. It's an inbuilt reaction.
Ow.
As a kid, we toddle around, we hit ourselves, we think we ain't going there no more. Typical pain reaction. So Chris is going to show you the corkscrew, and we're going to do it gently because my legs are not that great at the best of times.
I'll be light and fluffy for him.
I like light and fluffy.
So we're in our altercation. I'm going to distract him so he can't see me. I've pulled his hat over his
It's
eyes.
got dark. Don't go to sleep now.
I
That's parrots.
thought you already were.
That's parrots.
So I'm driving this up to his groinal area.
Yes.
Doesn't necessarily have to make contact. Now, if I was mean, I would stamp on his foot, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to place my foot to the side. And there's two ways of doing this. Just walking all the way around and bringing your cane with you. My preferred method is to actually physically jump round, and as I get to this point, I then wrench the cane round. I'm keeping the handle into my hip. But you have to imagine my foot is standing on that as I'm turning.
So what we're looking at is, normally, my foot would attempt to do that motion. Because it's not, and the rest of my body is, all the tendons and the ligaments, all in the ankle, are going to go pop.
You're going to get a nice soccer injury with an ACL as well, I believe.
The knee will be the next bit, and possibility hip.
Well,
rare hip, but possible.
I could do this to you because yours already broken, so it won't matter.
Yeah. Corkscrew for Kev. Now, for me, if he's got one foot forward and he's in his little grappling position, and unfortunately, sorry Bill, I've done this at the club.
You have.
Chris was watching Bill and myself spar, and Bill doesn't wear shoes in the club because it's karate, and accidentally Bill was trying to move me, and I put my cane onto his foot and I just put pressure. He moved me and I just turned the cane. Really hurt him.
It did.
Now with shoes, I'm looking to get the cane opposite his leg. So my left foot is against his right, my cane's going to his right foot, the other cane's going onto the foot. My pressure then comes from my waist down. I'm not just pushing down my hand, I'm putting my whole body. This cane comes behind. Once I've got it anchored on the floor, thus why you have ferrules, I can push, pull, either side, and I'm keeping that foot still.
What about hold it from the tip end?
The tip end.
So weight on.
You've got this.
No, not that way round.
I'm holding it from the tip end.
Oh, okay. But I'll...
You said hold it from the tip. Hang on, I want to vote on this. That's the tip. He said hold it from the tip. This is my hand, this is my hold, this is my tip, this is him beating me with a cane.
Put that one on the foot as before.
Put that one on the foot as before.
Hold this cane by the tip.
So you want me to use the crook?
Yes.
If he said use the crook to pull the knee, simples.
Now, put it on the inside.
Inside's even worse because once I've come in and I've hit,
You've got leverage
I've locked,
points.
I've then got that.
Kev.
Chris.
Kev, my foot's really hurting. Ow! Honestly, you smack somebody in the knee and then...
Last video was 2 smacks in the knee and 1 in the groin.
You're right, I need to smack you in the groin to even...
It's 2... Okay, we've shown a little bit about the round kicks before, so Chris is going to pop his cane down a bit.
Oh, I feel naked without my cane.
And I'm going to use Chris as my walking sticks, and it's just going to show you a possible round kick from here.
So, as we said, knee to there, nice and low one to here. I won't do the silly spinny kick.
About a nice ankle. You get an ankle from that one?
Ankle, possibly, probably better there.
Yeah.
If I got the option, I'd kick on the inside of the proverbial.
Okay, so now Chris is going to have one cane, but we're still going to be grappling. So, again, you may need one cane to walk, you may need one cane just for security. As in, not for being attacked, but security because you feel unsteady on your feet.
Yeah. Now, if I'm hit this way, this is great. These are number one strike.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Tell me when you see it.
No, very rare.
No.
If I've seen it and I go for a grab,
Oh, thank you so much.
again, please, please, listed works, unpublished works, will you behave?
Never.
My walking sticks never play up like this,
Yes.
but also you can use that as a support for, he's kicking.
If I wanted to do a nice kick, this is my third point of contact. I've now got 2 points of contact, whereas before one.
Whee!
Now, if I have it this way round,
How stupid was that? You're my support and I'm wobbling you.
very stupid. If it's this way round, I could do what I would call a knee strike with the cane, and just short, sharp
Nice.
round here. If I'm very flexible, I can do a nice knee to the head.
I've never ever seen you get your legs that high, mate.
Well,
all the clubs, all the years.
well,
No.
a little bit of dinner and dancing, and you never know your luck.
So let's look at the 2Ks now. So Chris is on here, and we've got distance, we've got other things to think about. If you can see here, it's a settee. So therefore, if I try to come up, I'm not going to get anything in the way of like force or anything there. Here, as soon as I bring it up to get a nice bit of force, because I reckon about there I can generate nice force. He's seen it.
Yeah.
In the Phoenix, I've got the chance to come across my body. But again, I'm really not going to generate that much force. To
Go
be
on,
honest.
try it. Oh, the pain, the suffering.
You get to here, and your body works against yourself.
To be fair, you did hit me in the knee.
Yeah, but it's not enough, not compared to what you've done to me.
I know.
So with the 2 cane, we're not looking at those strikes.
If the distance was greater,
Oh, the bets are off. From here, I've got the distance to come in, and I've got that range of motion, even with the hungar, the principle we've got there, which is pull in, push away. I've got a lovely sort of strike I can do in, and we're looking at number 1 and number 3 territory here.
yeah, but closer in.
There's
difficult.
not really much of a muchness, to be honest
Could
with
you
you.
do assisted strikes with that?
Not for, not.
Actually, I think there is one.
I just want to assist. No, go on.
So, I'll use my cane.
Use your cane.
So if you bring it up and actually use your hip to push your cane around.
The trouble here is we're using opposing forces, so this cane comes up to move in this direction.
Yeah.
But as soon as I move in this direction, I'm coming this way. This is where I've got no balance.
Okay.
So as soon as I start to turn, I want to be able to put my cane basically where your cane is now.
My cane's already sort of got that spot.
Again, I'm not going. I will literally be falling before I can get my purchase, to get my tripod, to get my stability.
So for the roundhouse strikes, distance is your friend. Close in.
No,
Probably stick to this kind
but
of
to
stuff.
say that, if you've got me in the grapple, Chris, again,
Oh.
you've seen this before. We called it, I believe, the locomotion,
Yeah.
and it's that.
Ow.
Using the crook and the horn of the cane. It's against my leg. I've got full mobility. I'm still pushing down here, but as I'm coming in, it's just hit a balance point. That was gentle. If I was violent in there, that's going to cause enough pain. The arms down for starters, which brings this up into a strike. So we have ways of going around it, and this is what this is all about, guys. Is we'll show you techniques, play with them. If it works, use them. If it doesn't work, adapt them. If you can't adapt them, drop us a line and we'll adapt them for you.
Hmm?
You're paying a blind bit of notice, are you?
Well, you hit me in the groin. As if only you knew what that was like.
It's what you deserve.
I know it's what I deserve, but, you know, life's terrible.
Right guys, you made it to the end of another video. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Drop us a comment down below.
As always, subscribe, like and share. Ring the bell.
Free the fear.
Eat the ferret with some nice Chianti. We've had Chianti, haven't we?
We have. If you'd like to see more up close and personal videos, there's a box below me. Click in there and it'll take you through to a nice little video.
If you want to see some assisted strikes, have a look at the one below that. And if you have a recommendation for a different wine that goes with ferret other than Chianti, I'd be much appreciated. Would you reckon a white rather than a red? I don't know. Sparkling? You look like a sparkling kind of guy.
Toodles.